Now, finally, Colins Injera's retirement from rugby was a shock to many. But the all-time top try scorer for Kenya Sevens is not walking away from the game. Injera plans to help his club, Mwamba RFC, achieve greater heights and might even play in a few local games. Our very own Michael Kinyi with that story.
2 seasons ago, Colins Injera contemplated retiring after the Tokyo Olympic Games. The decision to retire was going to be informed by the body, not age, time or form on the pitch.
You start feeling it. I don't know, you can't plan for it. I think it's just something you start feeling. Recovery starts taking longer than usual. Some runs you used to make, you can't make anymore.
He seemed very well conditioned, rivaling the younger generation in training and also in games. But then the body fired the first salvo on preparing him for retirement.
Waking up, sometimes I used to ask myself if I have to go for training, and you see it's something that I never used to do. I've never questioned myself going for training. And I started doing that. That's when I knew probably time is coming, when I started waking up and questioning myself.
Injera says the decision to retire comes with a lot of emotional baggage, the mind wanting to continue, but the body refusing to budge. Sadly, the decision was accelerated by the sorry state of the game, with no sponsorship and teams, including the national teams, struggling to honor fixtures. His decision to retire caught many by surprise.
Most of them didn't know. I tried to keep it just within the very close circle. Because even me, I've been struggling with the decision. I think I was supposed to retire last year after the Olympics, but then again, I decided let me keep on going.
He is famously known for Sevens rugby, where he starred, but the journey started with a longer version of the game almost 2 decades ago.
I got into the national team in 2005, in the 15th side first. I played for them, I think, at Southern Spears down in South Africa. That was my first ever tour with the 15th side. And then I joined now. After that, I was called up to the Sevens team. And since then, I've played both codes, Sevens and 15s. But I spent most of my career playing Sevens. So if you add that up, it's like 17 years.
114 tournaments. He has played at the Sevens World Cups, Commonwealth Games, World Sevens Series and the Olympic Games. They rank high up in any athlete's career, but what stands out for him is Kenya's first and only Sevens Rugby Series win in Singapore 7 years ago.
It's one of those memories that I'll cherish forever.
Scores his 200th try.
2 other milestones stand out for Injera. First, when he scored 200 tries in the World Sevens Series, he got a rude shock to read on the internet that he had destroyed a very expensive broadcast camera.
I hadn't planned on signing the camera. The only thing I had planned for was to sign the ball. And I remember when I signed the ball, when I looked up, the camera was just right there in front of me. The way this one is, don't worry, I don't have a pen. And yeah, something just hit me. What are you giving the guys who were back home watching you on TV? And that's when I went ahead and signed the camera. And luckily enough, it wasn't ruined, because it kept showing. So for me, I think that was just part of the media just trying to hype and blow up the thing.
Then in London, his parents made the trip to watch the London Sevens. This was because Injera was about to break the record for the highest try scorer of all times in the World Sevens Rugby Series. They were not disappointed as they witnessed the milestone together with thousands of other rugby fans in the stadium.
I think just getting to that 231 mark when I broke the long-standing record, I think that will always stick with me.
Injera says he has no regrets in rugby, just valuable lessons. The Hong Kong Sevens, Kenya versus Wales match, with Kenya winning, is one of those lessons where his decision cost the team dearly.
When I decided to be a bit cheeky, it backfired. Wales turned over the ball, and they managed to play into extra time until they scored the winning try. And we ended up not going into the quarterfinals. I think that's one of those moments that I'll always take a lesson from that.
His legacy lives on, and the countless trophies decorating his house are a reminder of the 2 decades he dedicated to the sport. Sports Principal Secretary Jonathan Mweke has announced that Injera will be honored by the government for his contribution to the nation in rugby.